What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Rando Commando Show. You know the drill by now. We take something random and talk about it. I'm Jonesy and Ethanuel, and we have Sterling on the episode. Yeah! So we are really excited to have him on the show, and we're going to launch into today's topic. Here we go! So, as you can kind of tell by the theme of our t-shirts, we are talking about Star Wars. So today on the show, we're just going to be throwing out some random topics about Star Wars stuff and just talking about it. There's a lot of stuff in the news right now that's going around, so we just thought we'd share some opinions about some things. Yeah. So launching off right away, The Last Jedi's already out, and we have mixed reviews about it, which is... it is what it is. Let's just kind of start off with that. So, I'm gonna ask briefly what you guys think of the new movie. Just a few things you liked, a few things you didn't like. Sterling, what do you think?
Okay, honestly, there's the scene with Chewie and the Porg. I hate it because
he's a meat
if
eater.
he's already you've got it already on the fire. You're ready to eat it. And what they should have done is had Chewie backslap that one and take a big bite out of it. And that would have been like, that is a Wookiee.
There is, we'll put a link in here if we can, the How It Should Have Ended video for this, which is hilarious. But Chewie, takes a bite out of it and then hands a leg to the guy and he eats it. And the guys on the board are like, yeah! Which is hilarious.
But the scene that I really liked was Rey and Kylo fighting the Praetorian.
Oh, that was so cool!
That was
the
the
really
amount
legit.
of different weapons and just, it was really, really cool.
Yeah. Ethan, what about you?
Okay, so my biggest hate I hated was, there's so many things. Predominantly the Finn and Rose expedition.
Yep.
I was like, why? Why was this there? And the how it should have ended, cleared everything. Cleared.
It's pretty great. Yeah, we'll definitely put it in here. You should definitely watch
it helped clear. It could have been said hey, this is what we're doing, and no, it had to be the. I'm not telling you what we're doing because I don't trust you kind of type thing. I'm just So that was my biggest hate thing was the Finn Rose kind of type thing. But my favorite thing, I guess, is. And this is kind of weird as to why you guys might think this is weird, but I kind of like the understanding of why Kylo hates Luke so much. Because you find out that, it was kind of they had, a cool relationship, and then and this is another kind of thing I hated, but I hated the Rose Finn thing more, was, Luke's character changed. It went from, I'm going to try and save my father who's been a Sith Lord for 20 years, but when Ben has a small hint of darkness, it's nope, sorry, gotta go. And Luke admits that it was wrong, but it was you kind of saw that from that moment on, Ben's or Kylo was nope, I hate you. From that point, and that was kind of my favorite thing. Was kind of you kind of understand why instead of just being I'm bad and you're good. It's no, we were close, but you screwed up. Now I hate you, kind of type of thing.
I can get with that.
So what about you, Jones?
Agreed. There's a lot that I'm just kind of I was very 50-50 on the movie. The thing that I liked a lot was close to the end when all the, AT-AT things are lining up and Luke's just bring it on. They're just shooting and then he's just what's up? Here I am. It's so great. Yeah, he's just that. Oh, that was cool. So the thing I hated was pretty much everything about Luke Skywalker in that movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just
his character definitely changed. I get how it's been 20 years, whatever,
Right,
it's been a long time. You messed up, you lost a lot of people.
Right.
But
it really
being
just
a baby and go back to the Luke that we saw walking into Jabba's palace being
it made him into be a huge coward. Okay, here's the thing. Disney has what they want for the movies, and it's kind of oh, this is the direction we want to take. It's all right, that's fine.
Yep.
But with what's already been established, it's that doesn't follow the character trend. It's that's from any writing perspective. It's just you can't just dramatically change the character without, a really good reason. And I don't know. I was really disappointed in that they just changed him so completely and really radically I think, from what he was before. It wouldn't follow with what his character was. So that's where I was disappointed in. Okay, so one last thing. Since The Last Jedi's came out, Rian Johnson, the director, is now going to be directing a new trilogy of movies. and it's in a sector of Star Wars that hasn't been talked about in the movies, is what we know so far.
Right.
So, what is an area that you would want to see of Star Wars covered more? And well, really, we'll just start with that. What do you want to see, and what would get you the most excited for a new trilogy?
For me, would definitely be the like more scum villain side.
Oh,
of things.
yeah.
Like I want to see Black Sun Syndicate. I wanna
Yeah,
see
so like
Prince
Shadows of the
Xizor.
Empire style. Yeah, totally. No, that would be
like these
cool.
characters that like, unless you're a huge nerd, you really don't hear the names very often.
Right. Yeah. We'll pop
So
up
let's
some pictures.
Yeah, let's kind of dive more into like that side of Star Wars and show people that like you don't. I mean, they've done it really well
Right.
with Rogue One that we
Oh,
don't
true.
have to have Force
Yeah.
users in a movie.
Yeah.
Granted, the greatest scene in that movie is still
It's
Vader,
still
right?
Vader's,
but
Right.
that's more dramatic shots
Right,
really than
right,
anything else.
right.
But no, that movie was awesome.
Yes,
by the way.
but no, that's what I'd like to see is let's. I mean, and with Han Solo coming up, the Solo movie,
There's a little bit of that, but we want to see a lot of it.
Right,
I agree.
exactly. So I think that will be a little like glimpse into what we could potentially see. You know, so
Yeah, that is good. Yeah, Ethanuel.
For me, if to explore maybe a sector that hasn't been touched by Star Wars, then I really want to see more different species. Like instead of just like humans, humans are the predominant race. I want to see more like Cathars, or I want to see more Togrutas, or I want to see more like
Kamasi.
something like that.
We typically see the Twi'leks and that's really about it.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Right,
They're
you
kind of
know,
like
so-
they're humanoid. And
Right.
So that's
Right.
why we see them.
Make your main character be like somebody that's like an alien species. I don't care if it's a Twi'lek or a Cathar, but
An
just
Ewok.
exclude the Ewoks in that one. But like I'm saying, like make your main character that isn't human. Somebody that we could be like, okay, so like
Gungan.
okay, in the sector that we haven't touched yet. Yeah, so for me, new species or like maybe some species that we rarely see in the movies. So like like Togrutas or Cathars or something like take something that you're like, oh, I get to know more about where these people live and what they actually are. So for me, like that's for me. That's a big one for me.
Cool.
What about you, Jones?
Mine, I've actually got a couple. Well, my main one is I would love to see stuff in the Old Republic. So like when Jedis were still new and like their lightsabers were tied to power packs on their belts and stuff. Like that was cool. Like Exar Kun and Ulic Keldroma and that stuff where it was like when the first double-bladed lightsaber was introduced, or like Darth Bane stuff. Like that stuff's cool, and like we don't know a ton about it.
And
But
it's also like the history of like
Yeah.
the Jedi.
right. In the kind of scum and villainy line, there is a book series called The Bounty Hunter Wars, which is amazing. But yeah, it's like Boba Fett goes and crashes this whole bounty hunters guild and stuff, and they do a ton of stuff. I think that would be a super cool.
Yeah,
that would
movie
be
set.
awesome.
So I don't know, really cool. I really like the Old Republic stuff. I have some comics and books and stuff which are really cool. But yeah, I think that some of those other kind of darker, well, maybe not darker, but just different areas of the universe that we don't know as much about would be really cool.
Yep.
Really cool to talk about. Okay, guys, well, that's all the time we've got for today. If you disagree with us, which is probably a thing, feel free to let us know in the comments below or on one of our social media sites as well. Thank you again, Sterling, for being on the show.
thank you.
It's so happy to have you on the show finally. Yeah, we are the Rando Commandos. We're signing off. See you next time.
May the Force be with you.
Yeah!
I like that one. Live long and prosper. Just